All right, welcome back, everyone. Mr. Knuth here. I'm going to talk about today volume of pyramids and of cones. Okay, so two vocab words we're going to be talking about here. First one is a pyramid. Okay, it is a polyhedron that has a base and three or more triangular bases that meet at a single vertex. Okay, is a pyramid. Next word is a cone. Cone is a three-dimensional solid object that has a circular base and a single vertex. Okay, so what do these words all mean? Scroll down here. Okay, here's our picture of our pyramid, and we have a couple things labeled here. We have the height of it. We also have the slant height. We label the slant height, but we actually won't be using that to solve for the volume. Okay, I'll explain that a little bit. In our cone here, again, we have our vertex. This is the point on top. We have our height. We have the radius from the bottom, the base, which is our circle. And again, we have slant height, but we won't be using slant height. Okay, so to solve volume, we're using the volume formula. We're actually going to be using primarily this one for explaining. You can also use this, the 1/3, but instead of using fractions, I'd rather have to divide by 3, and you'll see that in a second. So our vocab here, we have volume, which means volume of the entire object. We have a capital B, which is area of the base, and the base being right here, like the circle, okay, or right here. This looks like a square base. And then we have the small h, which is the height of the solid, okay, like this one right here, this height and this height. Okay, so for example 1, what I'm going to be talking about is finding the volume of the solid. As you're following along with this, please make sure to write on your work packet. Name of this base right here, is a circle. Okay. Name of the solid, again, that's a cone. Area of the base, which is again the large B, is going to be the area of the bottom, which is our circle here. Okay. So let's do that first. Excuse me. Yeah, area of the base. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna write down here, area equals pi r squared for a circle. Pi being 3.14, and r, a lowercase r, is our radius. So if I look over at the picture of the cone, our radius here is 2. So it's going to be 2 squared. Okay. I want to say too, get in the habit of using the actual pi key on your calculator. It makes it easier to get a more definite answer. Okay. So once I do this in my calculator, I will get 12.6. We're talking about miles squared. Okay, I'm going to make a square on my answer here. All right, again, that is the area of the base, which again is my circle. So I'm going to plug that in here, 12.6 miles squared. Okay, use a different color here for the volume of the solid. Okay, now recall, formula for volume of a solid is V equals base, which is the big B, which is the base of the circle, times H, which is the height of the actual object. You're taking that entire thing and dividing it by 3. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and keep solving. My base here, again, is the 12.6. 12.6. And my height in my picture up here, okay, is the 7. So 7. Write the 3 down there. Once I solve for this, I will get, once I put it in that calculator, I would get an answer of 29.4 miles cubed. Okay? So that is for the cone. Next example will be a solid of the pyramid. This is a name of the base here. It is a rectangle. Okay, we know that because of the 2 and 5. The name of the solid, because of the base, we're going to call it a rectangular pyramid. Because again, the base is a rectangle. All right, and then area of the base. Let's solve for that next. Again, rectangle. Area formula for a rectangle is base times height. In this case, it doesn't matter what is the base, what is the height. I wrote down 2 for my base and 5 for my height. Okay? 2 times 5 is going to give me area of 10 inches squared. Okay, so I'll plug that in here. 10 inches squared. Switch colors. Now we're going to go to the solid again. Okay, recall that the formula for volume of a solid is volume equals base times height divided by 3. Okay, our base again is the 10. So volume equals 10 times my height, the height of the entire object, which is 5, divided by 3. Once I plug that into my calculator, I will get volume equals 16.7 inches cubed. Okay, I'll plug my equation in here. 16.7 inches cubed. Okay, so that is for a pyramid. Okay, example number 3. All right, so this looks a little different, but it's the area of the base is what we've already done. The name of the base is a 5-sided object. That is a pentagon. Okay. The name of the solid, again, we go off the base, so it's a pentagonal pyramid. Okay, area of the base. Now, if you look back at your notes for finding area of a polygon, okay, we know how to do that already. Fortunate for us, that information is already plugged in here for us. Okay, so we don't need to know that. However, I will write down the things we do need to know for that. So a couple things. We need to know our A, which is our apothem, our N, which is our number of sides, and our S, which is the side length. Okay, if you recall, the formula for area of a polygon is area equals A times N times S. The whole thing is divided by 2. Okay, so let's look at our picture here. Our A, which is our apothem. If you look over here, here's our apothem, the 8.3. Makes the line. Imagine if I had a triangle right here. There's our apothem. So I will write that over here, 8.3. The number of sides, again, we already said is a pentagon, so 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides. Side length, we have over here, it is 12 yards. Okay, so 12. All right, so let's go ahead and plug that information in here. We can solve this. So again, area equals my apothem, which is 8.3, times my height, which is 5. Or excuse me, my N number of sides, and my side length again, which is 12. Divide the whole thing by 2. And when I plug that into my calculator, I'm running out of space here, but I'll put it down here. I get area equals 249 yards squared. Okay? So I'll plug that in for the area of my base, 249 yards squared. Okay, now we have to figure out the volume of the solid. Let's write that over here. We've got volume equals base is height divided by 3. Okay, well our base again that we just found out is the 249. 249 times the height of the entire thing is the 11. Divide that by 3. When I plug that into the calculator, I get volume equals 913 yards cubed. Okay. All right. Next example, example number 4. We have a word problem. It says, at Vanderveer Park, rented a tree spade to move a tree to a different location. The hole made by the spade is in the shape of a cone, where the diameter is 8 feet and the depth is 10 feet. What is the volume of the hole? Okay, so the first thing I would do here is draw a quick picture to help us understand what we're looking at. They say it is a cone. So I'm going to try to draw a cone. Now let's try to plug in the information that we know. The diameter, which is this line right here, they say is 8 feet. So I'll label this 8 feet. The depth, or the height of the cone, is going to be 10 feet. So I'll say that's my height, and I'll say that is 10 feet. Okay. So with that, we can solve. That's the information they give us. Let's figure out the area of the base first. Okay, so area equals pi r times r squared. Okay, again, pi is the 3.14. But in your calculator, make sure you hit the pi button to give a more accurate answer. And the radius is going to be half the diameter, so it's going to be 4. So 4 squared. Okay. So then I have 3.14 times 16. And when I plug that in the calculator, I end up getting 50.3 feet squared. Okay, so that is the area of the base of the cone. All right, but they asked what the volume is. So now I have to do volume formula. All right, so for that, it says volume is base times height divided by 3. Well, we just figured out the base is 50.3. So in this case, it's going to be 50.3 times my height, which we said was 10 feet, divided by 3. When I plug that into the calculator, I will get a total volume of 167.7 feet cubed. 167.7 feet cubed is our answer. Okay, last thing here, last question says Vanderveer Park needs to fill the hole with dirt. How many gallons of dirt will they need? Hint, 1 cubic foot, approximately 7.48 gallons. That's easy. I take the 167.7, I times it by 7.48, because that's how many cubic feet is in per gallon. And when I plug that in the calculator, I get 1,254.4 gallons. Okay, and that is it. I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, please let us know.